What's good? It's Chigozie. It's Thursday, August 9th, 2018. And the SEC is putting out more propaganda to help them manipulate the stock markets, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, all that. They've been trying to have a decision on whether or not to have Bitcoin ETFs. And they've been putting out the decision more than once. The first time they put off the decision, they said they're going to put it off until September 12, 2018. Excuse me, September 21st, 2018. That's when they said they were postponing its decision. So, that is a date with 50 numerology. 9 plus 2 plus 1 plus 20 plus 18, 50. Reverse in alphabetical order, ETF sums to 50. ETF also equals 31, just using alphabetical order. E is the 5th letter, T is the 20, F is the 6, all 31. In the July 24th edition of the Federal Register, the SEC said it was postponing its decision on the 5 ETFs till September 21st. So they said they're going to postpone it then, on date with 31 numerology to a date of 50 numerology. You see, if you're new to this, understand what is going on. This is part of Kabbalah, a form of Jewish mysticism, incorporates the letter and the number, saying that God created the world, combined the letter and the number, and through applying that knowledge, you can further see into the world around you. And you can absolutely do that because the world around you is crafted, coded by these Jewish Freemasons, the Zionist Jew, Freemasonic, Jesuit, Old World Order, this Hermetic order, and it's all a bunch of bullshit propaganda from them. That's why on these days of these numerologies, they match this all up. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is the SEC, an independent agency, which is just a euphemism for theater troupe of the United States federal government. You see there, Phoenix within the Circle, founded in 1934, Jewish 34, Universal Music Group, also founded in 1934. See how the SEC is headquartered in Washington, D.C. So we understand who this is. Their name sums to 58, reversed in alphabetical order, and 193, a reshuffling of 139. So it's all about putting these patterns, branding themselves inside the propaganda. Reverse in alphabetical order, so now A is 26, Z is 1, you add them all, 508, which is just 58, drop the 0 numerology. And you see 193, the 44th prime. But understand that there's a pattern that we want to keep in this. And you see it here. 58, 193, the numbers for Freemasonry, 58, 139. Now you're not reversing alphabetical order. And you see how you're doing here. And now reducing gives you 58. Not reducing gives you to 139. So, pretty clear how this propaganda is coded. They even have the 76 prime in this. Master 76. They're the masters of securities. So, they're trying to review the Bitcoin ETFs proposed by Direction Asset Management, who makes a bunch of other ETFs, exchange traded funds. That's also the government. They're just putting in all this propaganda because they're going to make people sell off because, oh, Bitcoin's not having their ETF. Let's, sell off. They're going to buy the cheap crypto, and then when it's time, they're going to pump it all up, just like they did before. The Mt. Gox thing, scandal that made Bitcoin go down a lot back in 2013, that was put on by the federal government. It's for the same, they do it again and again. They're called federal government pump and dumps, and I'm exposing them. So notice how the SEC was founded June 6, 1934. It's no coincidence that they like to parallel themselves in these other stocks, these mainstream media propaganda events. Tesla, for example, remember on 8/7, Judge with 78, Scotch Wright 78, most parts of the world, 7/8, August 7th. They're saying they're going to go private, and there's this huge pump. And then the next day, the SEC says, oh, we're going to investigate you. And then the dump, a pump and dump from the federal government. That's what Tesla is. I've been saying this since day one. Tesla is a federal government pump and dump. So you see on 6/6, this big green candle as well. Revelation, the 66th book of the Bible. Tesla is NASA. Look out for space, NASA numbers with Tesla. This is a quick lesson, another pattern with them. But that's the day SEC was founded. Let me see this here. See how on February 22nd, it pushed up here. See how it pushed up here on March 12th? Look at this. February 22nd, date with 4417 numerology, space 4417. March 12th, 4417 numerology. You know, NASA 35, reflection date with 33 numerology, just like how on 8/7, when they're coming out saying that you're going to go private, date with 33 numerology, Masonry 33. And then, so look, we see the 44 there, the 44 there. Let's go to the 44th day of the year. See this nice green candle? You know, went up by $11 that day, pretty much. Over that. February 13th, the 44th day of the year. So on the 44th day of the year, it's going up. So then you're probably asking, what happened then on April 4th, on 4/4, what happened to Tesla? Look at this. Look at this giant, massive green candle. Opened at $252, closed at $286. You know, the high day, $288. So we see right here what is going on in this propaganda. We see how we get this massive increase right here. What was it, about like 15, 16, 17%? And why is this happening? Because on these days with, 4/4, day with 271 days remaining, that's the 58th prime number for Masonry 58. So on 4/4, that's also a date with 94 numerology, reflection 49, revelation 49, 94th day of the year. We see how that happens. They're putting out propaganda to make that shit happen. Space 4417. So back to just the Bitcoin, but it was pretty much this. The date numerology, they're doing it. They're doing it again because they then postponed it to September 30th. It's 93. The decision was due on the 23rd. ETF equals 5023. So let's just start this over. Hope you guys can see me in the camera. Said it wasn't available. Doesn't look like it is. Okay, my thing is just messing up. But so according to the provisions of the SEC's Enabling Act, the Commission is expected to give its decision within 180 days after the date of publication of notice of filing of the proposed rule change. The publication date of this propaganda was January 24th, 2018. And then the decision was due on July 23rd, 2018. So the decision for this proposal was due on a date with 41 numerology and 50 numerology. ETF 14, the reflection of 41. Life lesson number 41. 50, numerology. See? Reversing. Is this these reversing or not? Reducing or you don't? They match the date numerology with what they're doing inside all their propaganda. Again, the final decision date was, the deadline was the 21st. They were 50 numerology, and then they moved it up now to the 30th, which is the same because 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3 plus 0 is 3. So you see how they maintain the numerology inside this propaganda. So they say on August 8th, Bitcoin price fell sharply after the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission decided to delay a decision on the proposed Van Eck Bitcoin Exchange Traded Fund to September 30th. And I didn't do the gematria in Van Eck. Let's just see what that is. Okay, Van Eck 34, Securities Exchange Commission founded in 34, Prophecy 106. Like Bitcoin. Also Sumsu 56, like Van Eck. And look at Sumsu 223, like Masonic. 7090 22nd prime, 22 is a master builder number. These are the master builders of this ETF. 223, number for the Synagogue of Satan. And again, this is all Masonic. Masonic 223. And now this propaganda. You see how they're matching the date numerology with the word, putting Masonic stuff in the name. On August 8th, Bitcoin price fell sharply after the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission decided to delay a decision. So they said they're going to do this delay to the 30th now on 8/8. Exchange traded fund sums to 88. So on 8/8, then you see they say we're going to delay it again to another date with 50 numerology. Another date with 50 numerology. 9 plus 3 plus 0 plus 20 plus 18, 50. They delayed it to another date with 50 numerology. And you see how on 8/8, that's a date with 27 life lesson number, 54 numerology. Bitcoin, 72 the reflection of 27, 45 the reflection of 54. Reflections are just the same number in this numerological study. Van Eck ETF, or Van Eck Sumsu 34. Also they have 34 numerology. I've seen that number a lot in this ritual. Bitcoin 45, see, this would have been the first financial product on Bitcoin trading. Bitcoin prices fell to $6,346.70 as of 6:45 a.m. And again, Bitcoin 45. As a result, cryptocurrencies markets too fell sharply. Don't you get it? The SEC knows when they're going to release the ETFs or the news about it. So don't you think they're going to put out more propaganda to scare people, to make them sell so they can buy cheaper? Again, pump and dumps from the federal government. Here we're going to, halt Tesla stock by the numbers. Tesla is participating in this willingly. They're all in on it because they're all actors for the federal government. And then, we're going to investigate, sell off, buy the dip, put out more propaganda, sell the rip. That's how all this bullshit works. And if you understand how it's all coded, you can play along with the Catholic Church, play along with this Masonic order, or at least understand what they're doing. So I think you get how this is all by the numbers propaganda. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. But understand, this SEC, see this? We were talking about them the entire time. This is the same exact SEC. It is the same exact organization run by the same exact gang of Masonic Zionist Jews, Jesuits, Knights of Malta. That is who's putting on this propaganda. Look how we have, this guy wearing 99 for the 99th. I know this is college, but still. Hinting the 99th season of the NFL. College football is just as fake. Just as bullshit by the numbers. And that's what I'm saying. What I applied here, you can apply to college football. I've already done it. See, it's all by numbers propaganda. So if anyone, a little confused, all exchange traded fund is, it just tracks either indexes or assets values. So like for Bitcoin, it's going to track, its volatility. There'll be one for that, one for like shorting it. So like if it goes down, Bitcoin, the ETF will go up, and there's one for the other way. When Bitcoin goes up, the ETF goes up. So stuff like that. You can play along then without actually investing in Bitcoin or trading it. Flame 125. But, I never did January 24th. That's when the publication date was for the provisions. See, Bitcoin 45, a date with 45 numerology. Right there. Bitcoin 45, a date with 45 numerology. They're publishing this propaganda about Bitcoin trading, ETFs. And then you see in the notes, ETF 50, both delayed dates, 50 numerology, exchange traded fund 88, and A/8. They announced the delay with Bitcoin numerology. 22, B's the second letter, 22, 22 the master builder number. So if you have any questions, I'll try to get to them. Why is it saying September here? There's something with the September. September, some see 50, like ETF. See, 50, 14. ETF, 50, 14. It's perfect. See this? Reversing alphabetical order, and then reversing and reducing. So, for example, like Z is A is the 26th letter reversing, so 2 plus 6 is 8. So you see how ETF, 50, 14, and they keep putting what? September in our face. September, 14, 50. Now they flip these around. You understand how this propaganda is coded? I hope you do. And you can't deny this. This is Yahoo, this too, Bitcoin Magazine. September. That's why September is the when they're putting it off until. So I hope you understand how this propaganda is coded, how the SEC is just the Zionist Jew, one world order. You see right here, you type in SEC, what do you see? Recent propaganda. You see a theatrical stage performer, Elon Musk. I just showed you how his stock moves by the number 44. 4/4, 44 date numerology, 44 date numerology, 44th day of the year, all going up. Not a coincidence, because there was propaganda for Tesla that was positive on those days. But keep in mind, also it could have been just as likely for this to dump that day. They have negative propaganda, so you just got to, use other forms of analysis. But they're probing him. More propaganda to come on. So hope you enjoyed this video. Take care.